She's out of ideas. The two little kids that go, hey, hey, hey. That was my joke, Christy. Yes, Jill. Congratulations. Well done. Well, Abby, way to be optimistic. All right, get out of my space. I don't want you in here. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Dance Mums. And today we are on season 4, episode 24. I think we're at this point. We're deep into season 4. We should be finishing it by hopefully mid-September, probably towards the end of September actually. But either way, crazy times. I'm having an absolute blast with it. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's been a very turbulent journey, and I feel like it's been quite dark at times. However, there's still enough light in it, and I feel like reading the production notes has really gained a lot more enjoyment from me, because I'm getting to see little snippets of conversations that happened that didn't make it into the episode that actually are really, really entertaining and really, really funny. Honestly, they choose the most dark and depressing stuff to put into the episode, and then they cut all of the good stuff. All of the funny moments, all of the nice moments. I mean, listen, if you guys want to hear all about that and hear my thoughts on them, make sure to head over to my production notes videos. And yeah, other than that, let us get straight into the pyramid, and then we can get into the episode. So, the pyramid. What are we thinking? Who are we thinking is on the bottom? If you said Abby, you would be correct. Obviously, Abby's going to be on the bottom. She made Nia bark. I mean, come on, guys. That's like, that's a step too far. Come on. I don't need to explain that one, surely. Anyway, next up we have Melissa. I don't know, Melissa, was she really in the last episode? I remember like 2 lines from her, and then that was about it. Like, she was kind of inconsequential. I think she was away at first with Maddie because of the whole Ellen thing, but I could be wrong. I just don't actually remember her in the last episode. She's kind of been edited out recently, which I'm fine with, if I'm being 100% honest. Up next we have Jill, and we also have Christy, and honestly I might as well just throw in Holly at this point as well. Let's talk about them all individually. So Jill, I think she had a couple of funny zingers in the last episode, and Christy, she also had some very, very funny moments in the last episode. There was an entire like 2 or 3 pages in the production notes that were just cut from the episode, and it's all down to them going to like a psychic or something. So make sure you tune into my production notes video, because I'm going to be delving into that, giving my thoughts on that whole situation, because let's just say it gets spicy. Anyway, with Holly, I feel like Holly is at a point where her daughter is obviously being disrespected, but she knows that if she speaks up about the disrespect will get even worse, which seems to be like the worst way like things could go possible. Do you know what I mean? Like, how can you get disrespected more than I'm playing a dog and I'm being made to bark in front of my friends? But either way, I feel like Holly is just doing the best she can to survive this horrific ordeal. And I feel like the strength of Nia's character is down to Holly. Holly could very easily just let Nia get on with it, but I feel like there's behind the scenes moments where Holly is constantly like, Nia, water off a duck's back. Water off a duck's back. Okay? It's fine. Okay. Anyway, up next, we have Mackenzie. I mean, I don't really remember her much. I remember her being like slightly out of sync in the group dance, but aside from that, I don't really remember her last week. She wasn't really there. She didn't really wow me. So I have to say, not very interesting. Up next, we have Maddie. I mean, she was away for the start of the week. I don't really remember her in the group dance, if I'm being 100% honest. But then again, the only people that I do remember were like Kendall. So, Maddie, congratulations on the Ellen interview. Again, I said it in the episode, I don't think that's anything to brag about. I mean, the only person worse would have been James Gordon, do you know what I mean? Anyway, up next, we have Christy's daughter, Chloe. I always said Christy, and I was like, wait, that's not the right person at all. Chloe, I have to say, Chloe's solo was a solo that Chloe did, and it was okay. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't horrendous. I think it's probably one of her weaker ones. I think there's got to be one that I think was worse, but I can't think of it right now. I think, wasn't there was a really, really bad one either at the start of this series or the end of the last one that I just remember thinking, wow, what a bad solo. And this one wasn't horrendous, but it was definitely down there with the worst of them. Up next, we have Nia. And I have to say, she did a good job of pretending to be a dog. I feel like she gave it her all. She put every single ounce of self-respect she had for herself aside. And she went, you know what, I'm just going to give a good performance. And she did. And I have to really respect her for that. It was never going to be a winning number. She did the best that she could with the material she was given. And you know what? That's all we can ask for at the end of the day. But that does mean on top of the pyramid is my little Kendall. Honestly, what an icon. Amazing. Just a genuine joy to watch on stage sometimes. The dance was obviously a Maddie solo, but she performed it flawlessly. She performed it excellently. She performed it to such a high standard that I think it might be one of her best solos, up there with her Nationals dance last season. So, very, very well done, Kendall. I'm impressed. Let us crack on with the video. Just before we get into the video, guys, as a reminder, we are on our way to 7,000 subscribers and we have a larger goal of 10,000 by the end of the year. So if you're not subscribed already, please get subscribing. We've only got 5 months left to try and make 10,000. That's a lot of people. That's 3,500 subscribers that have to join, roughly. 3.3. But anyway, you guys have to do your part and I would be really appreciative if you did join. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get into the video.
Hello. Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Isn't this one of the, like, select girls? The other team girls? Jade, is that her name? Who's Jade's mum? It's a pick and mix, isn't it? It could be Dud Muffin. No, it's not Dud Muffin because Dud Muffin's daughter is Cameron. So it's not Frumpelstiltskin because Frumpelstiltskin's daughter is Sarah R. And then we've got, is it Boring Laurie? Is that her daughter? I have absolutely no clue. These characters were not built up enough and now they've just disappeared again. When are they going to come back? We brought in this new team and then we've barely seen them.
So, have you all welcomed Jade?
Well, at least that's answered one question. It is Boring Laurie. Welcome back. Hopefully we see a little bit from you this episode so that we can upgrade your status from Boring Laurie to Not So Boring Laurie.
How about you moms? Have you welcomed Laurie back?
Yes, they have.
I don't want moms that are useless. I want moms that I respect, that respect me.
Ah ha ha ha. Well, currently the only person up there that respects you is Melissa. And probably Boring Laurie, because let's be honest, that's probably her one defining character trait is that she respects Abby. Because, I don't know, we literally know nothing about this woman. She said 2 words the entire time she's been on the show. And one of them has been in this episode.
All right, let's get to the pyramid. On the bottom.
It's not really much of a pyramid with 5 people, is it? Like, come on. This is a house at the end of the day, isn't it? You've got, like, the lower floor. You've got the upper floor. And then you've got the roof. This isn't a pyramid. This is a house. So let's go to the house.
You know how I feel about second. That's the first one to lose.
Oh.
It's tough getting to the top, but it's even tougher staying there.
That's absolutely mental and crazy. Second is the first to lose. And it's hard to get to the top, but it's hard to stay there. Guys, you're getting treated right out the gates with a bingo card. Oof. Make sure you open it up.
You were great in the group dance. And more importantly, you were on the Ellen Show. Yay!
Yeah, that doesn't exactly bode well. It's just a moment that hasn't particularly aged well. And you know what? We're just going to move on because, like I said, the Ellen Show, yeah, it doesn't exactly have the best legacy behind it, does it?
You shouldn't feel like, oh, I won. Now I can take it easy. It doesn't work that way. Now I need to push myself further. Like Maddie, understood?
I'm happy that Kendall is top of the pyramid. I think she deserves it. It's very rare that we line up and we match pyramid tops, but you know what? I agree with you, Abby. Kendall does deserve to be at the top of the pyramid.
This is a brand new competition from Gary Pate, the director of Star Power.
A brand new competition, you say? Is giving this could be a fake competition. Is giving this could potentially be rigged so that we win. It could potentially be given that. I don't know. I'm going to hold my hands up. I say I don't know.
Division of competition belongs to act number 47, Studio Blue.
Oh, Studio Blue is the Dance One's New Era people, right? Is that, am I wrong? I could be wrong. But either way, Jill being like, oh, well, we've already lost to them once. Yeah, because you bought Arabian Nights, which was a shit dance. Obviously, you weren't going to win. Studio Blue came with a flawless routine, and you whipped out some offensive Arabian dance.
And all these amazing studios are going to be there. I don't think we're going to do that number this week.
So, Abby, what are we doing this week? Please tell me you have a plan. Please tell me that you've got backup. Surely you do. Surely you've got something in the pipeline, because Studio Blue's going to be there and we want to beat them, right? You're not going to just let these girls fail, right?
Hate to break it to you girls, I don't think we're really going to win. People are out to get the Abbey Lee Dance Company.
Well, Abby, way to be optimistic. Oh, ever the optimist you are. What? Why are we saying to the girls, oh, you're going to lose? Yeah, we're going to lose this week. You're not going to win? Why don't we put some effort in and try to win, shall we?
So everybody is in the group routine? I just don't know what we're doing yet.
Abby's never done this before.
Yeah, this is up there with the time when you didn't like what they did and you made them all, like, improvise on stage, which wasn't exactly the best dance. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't exactly the best dance, was it? Let's be honest. So you need to come up with a plan quite quickly. And also, do you have the power to just be like, no, we're not doing this dance this week? Surely production is running around behind the scenes going, oh my god, she's gone off script. She's gone off script, guys. Again, every single week she goes off script. What are we meant to do now?
Jade, you will be performing a solo. The title of your solo is Far East.
Oh no, are you joking? Oh no. They're gonna get her to do an oriental dance, aren't they? Oh, Abby! You can't just look at a kid that looks Asian and go, yeah, you're going to do a dance about the Orient. Oh my goodness. It just gets worse and worse every single week, doesn't it? It just gets tremendously worse.
There's a piece of music called They Don't Want My Kind Around Here. And it's dark.
Of course it's a dark number. Of course it's dark. Do you know what? I'm surprised you didn't give it to Nia. We don't like your kind around here. What does that even mean? What's that? What? You might as well just said this town ain't big enough for the both of us. Do you know what I mean? Oh, CBA with this. Abby, your days are numbered.
I have no idea. The number that I wanted to do is amazing. But there are over 100 numbers in the competition. They're doing numbers that they have done for 6, 8, 10 months.
So, like, literally every other competition that you go to. I'm sorry, but this is a poor and invalid excuse. When Rochelle came onto the show and you were like, oh, we don't think that Mackenzie should be in the number, and what's your reasons for that? Oh, because she's too short. Well, we knew that at the start of the week, so why has it changed now? I'm using her exact words against you. You knew this at the start of the show. You're doing a new dance every single week. Obviously, there are going to be people at that competition that have been rehearsing for months and months and months and months and months. So why is this any different?
A lot of standing around going on in there.
Yeah,
What is going on?
We've been in here,
That's because she has no dance.
She has nothing. She has no ideas. She has nothing. She's creatively bankrupt. She's out of ideas. Because do you know who gives her the ideas? Production. She doesn't come up with a single thing herself. Production are like, oh, what if we did this kind of dance? Oh, what if we did this? Oh, the executives are wanting this dance. That's obviously what's happening. And she's gone off script and now they're having to scramble.
the group dance this week is I'm Not Sure, and it's in the I Don't Know category, and it is based on the theme of we're doing it on the fly.
Right, I've got a couple of things to say. First of all, I've heard that soundbite before, and that is fucking hysterical. That is one of the best dance on soundbites ever. This is in the category of I don't know to the music of Not a Clue. Amazing. Also, Holly, your hair. Are we going to prom or something? What's going on? The hair is looking very glamorous today. It's giving presidential-elect. Okay.
Abby, you're afraid of Studio Blue, and you don't want to give our kids a really good routine. You don't want to put our best foot forward, so then you have an excuse when we lose.
And do you know what? One of the things I really love about Jill is she just tells it how it is. She's so open, she's so honest, she's so like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. She's obviously doing this to set our kids up so that when we lose, it's like, oh, wow, I knew we were going to lose. Oh, like, that's obviously going to happen. It's foreshadowing is what it is. Ah, I see. I see. So they're losing this episode. Okay. I'm starting to pick up on the foreshadowing. Ah, okay, I see.
What about phobias? The piece could be, what are you afraid of? People are afraid of heights. People are afraid of small places.
Abby Lee Miller. Is there any other acceptable answer? Because I would be shitting myself if I was in a room with Abby Lee Miller. Actually, I wouldn't. I honestly, if I met Abby Lee Miller, I would not be shitting myself, purely because the moment she said something, I'm stepping up. I'm stepping up. I'm taking the bullet, and I am being the person to tell her how it is. I'm being the person. I'm being it. Okay? Never let me in a room with her, because she will not like what she hears.
Really big crowds.
Crowds, okay.
I have to agree with Kendall on this. I found myself becoming, as I've gotten older, more and more claustrophobic within crowds. I'm not scared of them per se, but I get very uncomfortable being in them. That's why I don't like going to concerts. I don't like standing at concerts. I'd rather sit down, purely because, like, when you're like this in a concert, I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I can't move. I feel like I can't enjoy myself, because the entire time I'm just feeling claustrophobic. And I don't get claustrophobic at all in other situations, but in large crowds, I definitely do.
I think the biggest phobia any of those kids have in that room is Abby.
Oh, that was my joke, Christy. You're not allowed to take my joke, even though you're reacting to this 11 years ago. That's my joke, circa 2025. Okay, so you, back in 2014, you're not allowed to be reacting to that like that. That's my joke. Okay, I'm not happy with you, Christy. Sort yourself out.
They need to ask Abby what she's afraid of.
Losing. Studio Blue.
Chill, that was vile. Accurate, completely true. Vile, though. But I secretly did love it, and I'm secretly on your side, so don't tell anyone.
1, 2. I'm having the girls improv. I want to see them act out their phobias.
I have to say, I'm here for this. This is a good exercise. This actually is very, very interesting. You've got 16 counts to do an interpretive dance based on your fear. Okay. And I think this is going to allow them to craft a really, really cool routine. Okay, Abby, I didn't expect you to be whipping out some good teaching techniques here. Who'd have thought she'd have it in her?
Your daughter is 15 years old. My daughter is 12. Why can't it be someone else? Nia's a month younger. Have Nia to go up against her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think we've covered why Nia can't be the soloist for this week, purely because the title of the song is "We Don't Want Your Kind Around Here," or something along those lines. So putting Nia in that position, can you imagine the optics? We literally just saw her bark like a dog last week. Okay, so maybe we shouldn't. So Christy, as much as I agree with you, putting Nia in Chloe's place, yeah, the optics aren't good.
What I'm saying is you could take that as a positive, and Abby's putting you against these kids because she knows you're a strong dancer, Chloe.
No, it's because she's hoping that they'll get beaten. No, it's because she's hoping that Chloe will get beaten by the new people. She's always doing this. She's been doing this for as long as, I don't know. But she won't put Maddie up against them, because if Maddie does lose, then, oh, my golden child no longer is the best dancer in the entire world. Whereas if she doesn't put her up against that, she's got some kind of plausible deniability. I'm not saying that Maddie is the best dancer in the world, isn't the best dancer in the world, but what I am saying is nobody is the best in their field, okay? There's always going to be somebody better, okay? It's the law of averages. You cannot be the best person in your field because there's always someone better. And that person, there's always someone better than that.
Well, I'm just saying, as a mom, that's what I'd do for Jade.
oh, then you're a better mom than me too. Good
No,
for you.
I never said that.
Okay, that was kind of putting words into her mouth. But also, the condescending tone of like, well, as a mom, that's what I would do for Jade. It's like, okay. I would pipe down boring Laurie. I don't think you should start getting this kind of personality.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, she ran out of the room. That was her improv.
She ran away from the spider.
Honestly, I have a massive phobia of spiders, and if you are asking me to improv me dealing with a spider, I'm running out that room. Or I'm grabbing a book and I'm smashing it to pieces. I'm like, get out of my space. I don't want you in here. Nah. So her running out of the room when confronted with bugs, fair and valid. I would accept that as improv. I'd be like, yeah, fair. All right. Good job.
Maddie's yelling at her.
6, 7, 8.
Some people find improv hard. Some people really do. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. I couldn't just improv a dance. It would end up looking dreadful. I'd end up just doing choreography that I already knew because I would panic and I'd be like, ah. That's why I'm no good in those kind of auditions when they're like, and improv 2 counts of 8. And I'm like, huh?
14. 15. Because I think you're ridiculous. Go. Get out of here. Go sit up the stairs with your mother.
Well, I mean, you can tick off getting kicked out of rehearsals off the bingo card, but geez, that was not particularly pleasant. She's obviously struggling and you're just laughing at her and calling her ridiculous. And you wonder why the Dancing with the Stars people were like, yeah, you're an asshole. You treat kids horrendously. You wonder why they said that. And you called them bad sports. Maybe you're the problem. Have you thought about that? Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the issue. Has that ever registered in your brain? No? Okay.
How do you have the #1 video in the country on iTunes and that you can't pretend there's a bug?
Okay, we actually did this whole debunking thing, but I actually don't think that it reached #1. Apparently the album reached #1, but I went through the iTunes records and even that isn't true. So I have no clue what they're talking about with this whole #1 thing. The video might have gone #1 on YouTube on like trending, but like I just don't know what they're talking about. I don't even think trending was out at that point in time in 2014. So I genuinely don't know what they're talking about with this #1. I cannot find any statistics online. So if you guys have access to those statistics and can prove that to me, please do, because I cannot find it at all. And I feel like they're lying to me at this point.
You go in there and you show her what you're capable of. It's ridiculous. Okay?
Do you see the difference between Melissa and Holly's reactions there? Holly's like, you go in there and you show her that you can do this. And then Melissa's like, stop crying, it's ridiculous. Do you see the difference between the parenting techniques? You've got her actual mum telling her that she's being ridiculous, and then you've got another mum who, let's be honest, has no loyalties to Mackenzie whatsoever, doesn't have to be saying any of this, is trying to give her a pep talk and talk her up. But what is Melissa doing? Reiterating the exact words that Abby just called her ridiculous.
But you laughed at me.
You don't think people laugh at me every day?
Hey, at least she's self-aware. At least she knows that we're at home laughing at her, not with her.
You are officially benched from this routine.
Oh,
And you have to sit on the bench.
she's been kicked off of the team for the week. That's mental. Just because she couldn't do a silly little improv task. Bloody hell. Bloody Nora. What's going on here? I just know that Abby has been waiting to have someone on the team that is the vaguest percentage of Asian. I'm not even going to specify a region, just Asian, okay? Because I know that Abby would definitely give someone from the Philippines a Chinese dance and be like, well, you're Asian, so doesn't matter. But I know that she's been waiting for this. I know she has. Because I don't know Jade's like background. I don't know her ethnicity. It doesn't matter. But what I do know is her first dance on the team, her first solo on the show, should probably not be Far East. That's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
I like the whole theme. Far East, Jade really looks the part. She's got it.
Is someone holding you at gunpoint? Boring, Laurie. Have they got a gun behind the camera just pointed at you? Is that why you're being so optimistic and happy right now? Because I've never seen somebody so excited to have their daughter do a stereotypical racially profiled dance. I don't know. I feel like I would have taken more umbrage with this, but I guess some people would do anything to get on the show, including abandoning their morals.
It doesn't hurt us to be nice to her since she is such good friends with Abby. She might find out more about Abby's plans for the select ensemble.
See, Holly's thinking smarter, not harder. See, the moms could easily ice boring Laurie out and just make her sit at the end and no one wants to talk to her. But Holly's like, no, we can use her. We can befriend her, be super lovely to her, make her feel like she's at home, get all the information out of her, and then when her use has expired and we no longer need her, we shoot her and we drop her off at the nearest refuge. center because we don't need her anymore. Is Holly part of the gang? That's some soprano shit right there.
Chloe's doing a contemporary piece, and it's entitled "They Don't Want My Kind Around Here."
I'm sorry, that title is still so crazy. How can we make a dig not sound like a dig? We just make it a full-on dig. Like, we just make it so obviously a dig that people believe, like, surely that isn't a dig. But it is a dig.
It's just a cool song, and we like the music. But if Christy doesn't want to be here anymore, there's the door.
I'm interested. I'm going to do some research time on whether this song is actually called We Don't Want Your Kind Around Here. Because if so, that is the most mental name for a song ever. And how, what? I've done the research. The name of the song is called Ghost Town. And it's by Lauren Flaherty, right? So therefore, it's not called We Don't Want Your Kind Around Here. Abby, you lied. And it obviously is a hidden message. Obviously it's a hidden message.
It took me the entire first day just to figure out what I was going to do. And I'm choreographing the routine right now.
Oh, so this is going to go down fantastically, isn't it? When you're choreographing on the spot. Oh, yeah. What amazing ideas are going to come out of your brain? Oh, wait, it's going to be the same 5 moves that you have in every other lyrical contemporary dance.
I would think she'd want a junior number.
I think she wants a junior number too.
Oh, but if Studio Blues compete in junior, she's gonna make it a teen.
Ah, I see. So she's going to wait until the competition to work out who she's including in the number because she doesn't want to lose against Studio Blue. Oh, I forgot that Abby is such a sore loser. Yeah, okay. We can't just graciously accept defeat like every single other studio on the planet.
That was a moment to shine, to step out there in the middle and blow everybody away at an audition. And that's not what she did.
This is just sounding like excuses, Abby. It's just sounding like excuses. And it's sounding like you haven't got a better excuse for the team to compete in the teen category. So you're kind of having to make up these excuses on the spot. So what is it, Abby? What is going on?
I think that Abby is using Mackenzie's crying as an excuse to strategically take her out of the group number.
Yes, Jill. Congratulations. Well done. I'm glad that people are on my side. I'm glad that I'm not just speaking into the empty vacuum. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad that my opinions and my thoughts are being reiterated literally right after I say them on this show.
As a teacher, you never want to put a group higher. You always want to put them lower.
Why are you sitting here silent then? Why didn't you tell her that?
This is the issue, Boring Laurie. You are a dance teacher. You know how this works, so why aren't you saying anything? Oh wait, because you want to be a permanent fixture on the team, and therefore the only way you think you can impress Abby is by remaining silent, being placid, and just being like, you know what? Ha ha ha, I'll just go along with whatever you say, Abby. Whereas really, Abby's got no say on who's on the team. Production says who's on the team and who's not on the team. So therefore, you causing an argument with Abby, that might increase your chances of staying. You never know.
You like your school? Even though Jay is like a little older than you, don't worry. You're amazing too. You improved a lot.
Well, this is a really cute scene. I'm glad that they're evolving this. It's nice to see the girls bigging each other up. Chloe's like, no, Jade's amazing. And Kendall's like, no, you're amazing, Chloe. You're amazing. And don't you ever forget that.
Are you close to half done?
Oh,
How much
Jesus.
do you have done? Probably a little bit less than half.
And you've got 1 day till competition. That's tough. I mean, Maddie's already finished next week's solo. So, you got Maddie already finished with next week's solo. And Chloe's barely done with half of this week's solo. That's mental.
So Abby, is Studio Blue competing as a junior or a teen?
They're in a competing group with our kids.
So taking Mackenzie out the group number to push them into the teen category backfired. They're putting in a teen category group dance thing. And obviously production told them. Obviously, production probably phoned them up and went, hey, yo, Studio Blue owner, can't remember your name, but yep, thing one. I remember you. Yeah. So, you know how you're going to be at this competition? Yeah. So, Dance Mums is also going to be there. So, yeah, Abby's going to be there. Yep. I know. All of her. Yes. Yeah, she is actually going to turn up this time. Yeah. Don't worry. And, well, they are taking Mackenzie out of the group number. So, they're actually competing in the teen category. Is there any way that you guys can compete in the teen category as well? Oh, you were planning on competing in the junior category to smash them. Oh, you could just take out the 2 kids who stand in the background just waving their hands. Yeah. Sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, we just thought we would give you the heads up because obviously we want you guys to compete with us. So, yeah. Okay. No, thank you so much. We understand completely. We hope that you haven't had to redo your dance a lot. Oh, you are literally just taking out 2 kids in the background. Okay, cool. That's all good. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll see you at the competition. Okay, bye.
But that group is not competing against our group.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
They're teens.
The group will be competing as teams.
Oh, isn't it so satisfying when Abby does something underhanded, like putting the kids in a teen category for the sake of it, and now it's backfiring against them because, oh, Studio Blue's also competing in the teen category. Oh, madness. They're obviously losing.
My kids are not at that level yet, but they can blame that on Mackenzie for acting like a brat.
No, we can blame it on you for being a brat. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that you kicked Mackenzie out of the number because she cried. Okay, I know we've got a rule of save your tears for the pillow, but even this is a little bit extreme.
Do you think, looking at the program now, that it was a smart choice to move up to teen?
You know what? I've been trying to get online to do some banking.
We asked you a very straightforward question. You start talking about your online banking. I mean, if you're going to start talking about your online banking, at least give us your PIN code. Come on, let us have a little bit of fun with it.
You are a dance teacher, you're a colleague. If you were to say something like that, coming from you, that has clout.
What we're doing here this week is we're trying to butter this woman up to take the fall for the rest of the mums. And also to deliver little chocolates of information back so that they can be best prepared for when the main team comes back. Honestly, boring Laurie. I might have to upgrade you to useful Laurie. Useful but boring Laurie.
Abby, can I talk to teacher?
Yeah, that's not going to go down well. Teacher to teacher. Do you think we're on the same level? How are you running a TV show that is world renowned? No, you're not. You're from a silly little backwaters dance studio that no one's ever heard of. You think you could talk to me, the Abby Lee Miller, about my teaching decisions? Ha ha ha. You're sorely mistaken.
Lori, I am just exhausted dealing with moms and problems and psychos.
But what's that got to do with her request to put Mackenzie back in the group number so they can have a shot at winning? And also, how can we put Mackenzie back in the group number? Does she know it? Is there spacing for her? Because if she's not done it all week, then how can we just slot her in now? Well, the 20 seconds that I did see of that dance they were right. They were good. It was actually quite a good number. I would give it an 8 out of 10. The reason I don't think it deserves any higher is I think it was just a bit dull. And to be fair, I expect nothing less than boring from the daughter of useful but boring Laurie. So, you know what? Yeah, I think the moves were pretty. It reminded me of a dance that like Brooke would have done, which was like a nice little, "Aw, I miss Brooke." But equally, I feel like it was flawless. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but it just didn't excite me. So I think that's why it's an 8, because technically it was good, but I don't think engagement-wise I was very engaged with it. I thought the acting was great. I thought the performance was great. I loved the outfit when it was swishing around and it was like flowing when she was doing her spins. I thought, do you know what? I'd give this a 9 out of 10. I actually thought this was a very, very good dance. Again, I would have liked to have seen more. I wonder if there's like a choreographer's cut on YouTube. But either way, I did really, really enjoy this. And I think that, you know what? when Chloe's given these sort of dark acting numbers, she does really well with them. And they're meant to be a punishment. They're meant to punish Christy for obviously speaking out against Abby and whatever. But I think that she actually thrives with them. And as much as she does them more often than I actually thought that she did, I think she just smashes it every single time. So yeah, which one did I prefer out of the two? I thought this was more adventurous. I think this was more fun. I think the Far East one was a little bit safe. I feel like it could have been more interesting, but it is what it is. Oh damn, what happened there? I completely missed that. What happened there? Let me run it back again. Hang on. Oh, I don't feel like this should be blown out of proportion. They're dancing in very cramped environments, and Chloe accidentally swung around and hit Maddie in the face. It was an accident. It's very clearly an accident. So what we're not going to do is we're going to not make this into a big deal, right? We're just going to apologize and move on. It's fine. I'm sorry. That was an accident. We can move on.
It was an accident.
Nobody said anything.
No, but you're rolling your eyes. I can see you. I have eyes.
Spatial awareness.
Spatial awareness in a tiny little cramped dressing room. This is why you don't run dances like this in a dressing room. Because you can't. How are you? What are we doing? Oh, I'm so over this. I'm so over this. And honestly, Christy was right to be like, it was an accident. Because Abby was sitting there going, like, could your eyes have rolled any further back in your head? No, I don't think they could have.
You guys ready? Let's go. Let's do this.
Abby, and you're a bitch.
Pardon me?
I said you're a witch.
Oh, I am. I'm on my broom. Let's go.
Lots of stuff was cut out there. Jesus Christ. How did we go from let's go girls to Abby, you're a bitch? I said you're a witch. Very, very good that you covered yourself up there, Christy. But there's something being cut out here. So make sure you tune in to cut content to find out what exactly was said. So I just looked and there is a little bit more to this story than meets the eye. So make sure you tune into my production notes when that comes out, because we will be unveiling the truth behind this whole argument. I have to give it a 10 out of 10. I have to. That was sensational. That was amazing. How are they meant to compete against that dance? How are our girls meant to win this? They're not. They're not winning this. I'd be surprised if they come top 3, because we literally started this, what, 2 days ago? If that, maybe 3, at a push, and it was being choreographed on the spot. And this, the symbolism was beautiful. The picking of the rose petals to reveal the rotten inside, that was impressive. There were beautiful shapes, there were beautiful lines. Obviously, I think the music had to be changed because it didn't quite fit what we were hearing, but I'll give them a pass because obviously it's not their fault. The show had to change it. But I just thought this was sensational. Genuinely sensational. And do you know what? I'm excited for the kids to get older and for them to start competing in the teen category and for them to start doing more sophisticated, cool dances like this, because wow, this was incredible.
It's not so bad alone. My fridge makes a noise that lets me know I'm home. This isn't the darkest night I've known. But there's nowhere to run when no lights on my street. Like the stone says this isn't the darkest night I've known. I know.
Damn, I was getting emotional watching that. That was powerful, that was. Jesus. I could feel myself tearing up about halfway through. Yeah, do you know what? Fair game. Fair game. The group dances this week have been, ooh, they've been 10 out of 10. They've been incredible. Wow. I actually can't put enough praise on this dance. This was sensational. I loved it. This might be my favourite dance all season. That is incredible. Wow. Oh, damn. Yeah, I was getting emotional watching it. Like, watching them just look scared and really act it out. I thought they all smashed it. The moments at the start where they all came on one by one and explored their fears. And, like, they showed it through their dance. Like, it was just incredible. I genuinely did not expect this dance to be as strong and as solid as it was. But, wow. They all successfully portrayed to me what their scared thing was. I feel like the needle thing with Nia was a little bit blink and you miss it, but everybody had their own moment to shine at the start, and then the rest of the dance was a group number, and then obviously it ends with Maddie doing her like pirouettes at the end. But like, I'm fine with that because the dance was just so cohesive. I'm kind of blown away by it, and I almost think that it would have been weakened if they'd have put Mackenzie in it. And I know that's a mean thing to say, but I just think this was absolutely spectacular. Calf. 6th place. I don't think she deserves 6th. That's cruel. That's really cruel. 3rd place. Listen, at least you weren't 2nd, because we all know what 2nd is. It's the first to lose. Damn. Ah, we've seen you before. You've been on the show, Kaylee. Hello, welcome back. Lovely to see you again.
Nothing to fear but fear itself, number 112.
Not a single win this week. Not a single win. 2nd place. Honestly, it's a tough one because I feel like both dances were sensational, but I feel like Studio Blues just had the edge. As much as I loved our girls' ones, I feel like I'm biased. Do you know what I mean?
I'm wondering if she should have even done something else instead of acro, because she went from 1st all year to now 3rd.
Do you know what? I kind of agree with Useful But Boring Laurie. She's right. Don't do acro if it's not your main skill. Like, why would you do that? Why would you just throw her an acro number when she hasn't done an acro number since she was 8 years old? That seems stupid, no?
Well, that's doubting my choreography. It's my teaching. It's my lessons.
She didn't win with you. So I'm sitting here going, did I make the right decision?
Again, Useful But Boring Laurie makes a very, very good point. She's been winning at my studio with my choreography, but when she comes to your studio, she loses? She comes 3rd? And Abby's like, oh, you're questioning my choreography? Yeah, because clearly mine's better. Yeah, crazy, 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 crazy. Wow, what an episode. I mean, Useful But Boring Laurie, an interesting addition to the team. I think she rode the wave nicely between being sort of calm and neutral and then also questioning Abby. I feel like her point at the end of like, well, at my studio with my choreography, she wins every single time, but at your studio with your choreography, she came 3rd. So what's about that? Do you know what I mean? So, you know what? I think that she's actually kind of an icon. Maybe we'll drop the boring line. Maybe I'll drop the boring name if next episode she continues to be this slay. Anyway, thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well. And I'll see you guys in the next episode whenever that may be. But until then, make sure to keep on ranting. And make sure to tune in to all my production notes as well, because those videos, they're juicy. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now. See ya.